everyone, in this video I'm embroidering one of my flower bouquet designs using stick and stitch paper. The link to the free download PDF will be below. I'll be walking you through the stitches I'm using as they appear. You can pause or slow the video down if you want to follow along. Let's begin. Here I did a sort of satin stitch, just trying to cover all of the leaf going down since it's a bit thicker. I would just run the thread one next to the other all the way down for that one. Now moving on to this next stitch, which is a thinner stem. I did a split back stitch. It is going from the top and you go back into the previous thread right in the middle, center through the string. And I did that all the way up. Now for these 3 green flower stems, I did do a split back stitch all the way to the top, and on the petals I just did a satin stitch just to fill in the empty spaces. For this stem stitch, I start by bringing the needle up at the beginning of the line, then go down a little bit ahead, like a regular straight stitch. Then I bring the needle back up just above that last stitch and tuck it under the middle space of the thread, then pull it through. I keep the thread below the line I'm stitching, and that's what gives it the twisted rope-like look. All the leaves I did with a satin stitch. I would just go from the top and taper it a little bit down each time to the base of the stem and just give it a leaf shape. And same concept for the ones on the side. I would just always have the top stitch always a little bit longer. So for French knots, you pull it through, and then close to your hoop, you are going to knot it 2 or 3 times. Then right next to where you came up, you're going to push it back down. You do have to kind of wiggle your needle a little bit or try to loosen the knot a little bit sometimes for it to come through. If you use a thinner needle, that can help from it getting stuck. I will mention this, that when you're trying to pull the needle back out and it gets stuck, you can get a bit comfortable pushing it out where the needle is facing your palm, and
there can be accidents where you accidentally poke yourself if it's getting stuck, and then it finally releases itself. You can poke yourself, so be very careful with that. So for the petals, I did a stitch that's similar to Lazy Daisy. I'm not sure what it's called. If you know, let me know in the comments. You do a stitch from the top to the bottom of the petal, and then you go to the left and to the right where the thread is sticking out. Then you'll go into the center, pull the needle back up where it's in the middle of that hoop that you made, and then pull it all the way through. Now you will bring the needle back down behind that first stitch, and now it locks it in place. Since this is a small petal, I just did a couple stitches to fill in the empty spaces next to it, lowering where the petal starts every time, and then I redid the same thing for this next petal. If you know the name of this stitch, please let me know in the comments. I really like this stitch, but I never know the name. This one I just did regular satin stitch, so I did the longest peak of the petal, and then I slowly went down for every other stitch, and that one is probably one of the simpler ones. And we're done. If you want these designs, you can click on the link in the description box and you can have the free download PDF. I hope you enjoyed, and remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.